In a quaint village shrouded by ancient woods, there stood an old, decrepit house that had long been abandoned. The locals whispered about its dark history, but none dared to venture inside. At the heart of this forsaken dwelling lay a bed, ornate yet ominous, draped in cobwebs and dust. Centuries ago, the house belonged to a wealthy family. Their youngest daughter, Eliza, had fallen gravely ill. Desperate to save her, the family sought the help of a mysterious healer who warned them of a grave price. The healer's rituals temporarily saved Eliza, but the bed she lay in became cursed. Those who slept in it were said to be visited by Eliza's restless spirit, trapped in eternal torment. One stormy night, a group of curious teenagers decided to explore the house, driven by the thrill of the unknown. Among them was Sarah, a skeptic who scoffed at the village's superstitions. As they roamed the eerie halls, they stumbled upon the cursed bed. Daring each other, Sarah reluctantly agreed to lie down on it, mocking the old tales. As soon as she closed her eyes, an icy chill enveloped the room. The candles flickered and went out, plunging them into darkness. Sarah felt a weight pressing down on her chest, and a whisper filled the air. "Join me." Her friends tried to pull her up, but an invisible force held her in place, in her mind. Sarah saw visions of Eliza's suffering, the endless nights of pain, the desperate cries for release. The curse had bound Eliza's soul to the bed, feeding off the fear of those who dared disturb her rest. Sarah's skepticism turned to terror as she realized the truth. With great effort, her friends managed to drag her away from the bed, breaking the curse's immediate hold. But Sarah was never the same. She was haunted by Eliza's voice, her dreams invaded by the cursed spirit. The bed's curse lingered, waiting for the next victim to fall into its sinister trap. The old house remained a grim reminder of the dangers hidden in forgotten places, and the cursed bed awaited the next unsuspecting soul to awaken its malevolent power. Years passed, and the legend of the cursed bed became a chilling ghost story told around campfires and at Halloween parties. Despite the warnings, the house and its ominous bed continued to lure in the brave and the foolish. One autumn, a paranormal investigator named Mark, known for debunking myths, arrived in the village. Armed with an array of ghost-hunting equipment and a skeptical mindset, he aimed to prove the curse was nothing more than a local superstition. He set up cameras and sensors around the house, determined to capture any supernatural activity. As night fell, Mark approached the cursed bed, a flashlight in hand. The air grew colder, and a sense of unease settled over him. Ignoring his instincts, he lay down on the bed, his camera recording every moment. The seconds ticked by, and nothing happened. He began to relax, certain that he had once again proven a myth false. But then, the temperature plummeted, and Mark's breath became visible in the freezing air. His flashlight flickered and died, plunging him into darkness. From the shadows, a faint, sorrowful voice began to whisper, "Help me, free me." Mark's camera captured everything as the room filled with an otherworldly presence. He felt an invisible force pinning him down, much like Sarah had experienced. In his mind's eye, he saw Eliza's ghostly figure, her eyes pleading for release from her torment. Desperate to escape, Mark remembered the healer's warnings and the ritual that had trapped Eliza's spirit. He knew he had to perform the ritual in reverse to break the curse. Summoning all his courage, he recited the incantation he had discovered in old village records, hoping it would work. As he chanted, the room vibrated with an unnatural energy. Eliza's ghost appeared, her form shimmering with both hope and fear. The force holding Mark down weakened, and he sat up, continuing the incantation with fervor. With the final words, a blinding light filled the room, and Eliza's spirit was enveloped in its warmth. Her expression changed from one of agony to one of peace. "Thank you," she whispered, before vanishing into the light. The house fell silent, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Mark knew the curse had been broken. Exhausted but relieved, he gathered his equipment and left the house, vowing to share the true story of Eliza's curse and the power of belief. The legend of the cursed bed transformed from a tale of terror to one of redemption, and the old house became a symbol of hope and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Yet, Deep within the woods, other secrets and curses awaited discovery, reminding all who heard the story that the past never truly rests. Years went by, and the once abandoned house gained a new reputation. No longer a source of fear, it attracted paranormal enthusiasts and those curious about the legend of Eliza. The village embraced its history, turning the house into a museum dedicated to its eerie past. Among the visitors was Emma, a young woman fascinated by the supernatural. She had read every book and watched every documentary about the house. Determined to uncover more secrets, she volunteered to help curate the museum's exhibits. One evening, while sorting through old belongings in the attic, Emma discovered a hidden compartment in a dusty chest. Inside lay an ancient, leather-bound journal. The journal belonged to the mysterious healer who had initially cursed Eliza's bed. As Emma flipped through its yellowed pages, she discovered dark rituals, incantations, and cryptic notes about other haunted artifacts. One entry stood out, a detailed account of a powerful amulet said to protect against curses. Intrigued, Emma delved deeper, piecing together clues about the amulet's location. She learned that it had been hidden in the very house she now worked in, concealed to protect future generations from its dark power. Driven by a mix of curiosity and a sense of duty, Emma began her search. Late one night, armed with a flashlight and the healer's journal, Emma explored the house's forgotten corners. As she descended into the basement, she felt a familiar chill in the air. The atmosphere grew heavy, and faint whispers echoed around her. Undeterred, she followed the journal's directions to a bricked-up section of the wall. Using a crowbar, Emma carefully removed the bricks, revealing a small alcove. Inside, wrapped in ancient cloth, lay the amulet. It was a simple piece of jewelry, yet it radiated a strange energy. As Emma held it in her hands, the whispers intensified, but now they were clearer, almost guiding her. The healer's notes mentioned that the amulet could either protect its bearer or, if used incorrectly, amplify curses. Emma knew she had to be cautious. She decided to consult Mark, the paranormal investigator who had freed Eliza's spirit. Mark, intrigued by Emma's discovery, agreed to help. Together, they studied the journal and the amulet, uncovering more about its origins and power. They realized that while the amulet could protect the house, it also had the potential to unleash untold horrors if misused. Determined to keep it safe, they devised a plan to secure it within the museum, ensuring it would be safeguarded and studied with respect. As they prepared to display the amulet, strange occurrences began to plague the museum. Objects moved on their own, shadows danced in the corners, and the temperature fluctuated wildly. It seemed the house was reacting to the amulet's presence, as if testing their intentions. One stormy night, while finalizing the amulet's display, the house's full fury was unleashed. The lights flickered, and an otherworldly howl filled the air. Emma and Mark felt the amulet grow cold in their hands, its energy surging. Realizing they had to act quickly, they recited a protective incantation from the healer's journal. The amulet's power stabilized, and the disturbances ceased. The house, now calm, seemed to acknowledge their respect and care. Emma and Mark successfully placed the amulet in a specially designed case, its protective energy now a part of the museum. The legend of the cursed bed evolved into a larger narrative about the healer's secrets and the amulet's power. Visitors from around the world came to learn about the intertwined fates of Eliza, the healer, and the mysterious house. Emma continued her work at the museum, preserving its history while uncovering new layers of its enigmatic past, always mindful of the delicate balance between curiosity and caution.